Hey everyone, today I want to talk about my Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I've got back probably in like 2003. A lot of them I think are like copyrighted 1996 apparently if you look at the bottom of the cards and whatnot. But yeah, I have this tin where I have the deck that I used to mainly play with, which has cards from starter decks and card packs, a bunch of combined mess here, but the deck works really well. Helped me win a lot of games. And I also had this tin which came with a lot of card packs when I was younger, so you'll see some of the cards from in here in the main deck and in other places. So as you can see, these are a lot of the old starter decks that were out back when I was buying cards. I definitely owned the 4 decks in the top row, the Yugi deck, the Kaiba deck, the Pegasus deck, and the Joey deck. And I also owned the Kaiba deck that's the second one from the left, I believe. That's in the bottom row. Right in between the 2 Yugi decks. So I had 5 out of these 8 decks. And yeah, let's see what's going on. And as you can see, the Kaiba starter deck, which was the original one that I got, apparently is listed on eBay for $5,600 with quite a few bidders. I don't have the original box the starter deck came in, unfortunately, and I'm not even sure that I have all the cards that originally came in that deck, but you will be seeing some of the cards from that deck in this video, along with the occasional prices to show how much they're worth at market value. This is from the TCG Player website, and obviously some of these cards might be worth more if they're graded or what have you. But just to give a rough idea of which cards might be worth more than others from the collection that I'm about to show. So this is my first card that I want to show. This is, I believe, from that original Kaiba starter deck that they're trying to sell for $5,600. Blue Eyes White Dragon SDK 001, which apparently has a market value of about $35. Mine has a lot of wear along the edges. I mean, I actually put this card to use a lot playing actual games against friends, so you know, clearly it's not going to be in top condition, but I'd say it's in pretty good condition. Back of card, not so much. Clearly it has like a bend wrinkle here. Probably not in tip-top shape if I wanted to sell it, but I don't think I would want to sell it either way because of all the nostalgia. We have another Blue Eyes White Dragon, SKE 001, which is apparently worth less than $2, not high value. But it is holographic and it looks very cool. I think I got it from a card pack at some point, if I remember correctly, but who knows? I'm sure the actual like Yu-Gi-Oh experts know better than I do. Next I have this really cool looking exchange card, holographic. I just love the way the holographic colors look. Apparently it's worth around $8. Not the highest value, but definitely a really cool looking card if you just enjoy the aesthetic of these things to have in a card book. We've got the Pro-American Battle Footballer here, Dancing Fairy, and a lot of these cards that I have in this deck, this is from the deck that I actually played with. You'll notice a lot of them are usually 4 stars, specifically because either they have high attack, like this one has 1700, which is decent, and Battle Footballer had 2100 defense, which is really good. So a lot of these cards were included in my deck, mainly because they could be played quickly without me having to sacrifice cards, and actually do some damage, take away life points, defend my life points, what have you. So strategically I try to build this deck with a lot of 4 stars that were formidable enough to take down my opponents. Next we got Lejin, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp, and another Lejin, but this one is a slightly different version from the previous one. So this one is an SDK card, and it had a value of around $3, which was worth more than the SKE that I just showed, but still not too amazingly priced. We have Okazi, deals 800 damage to a player's life points, definitely useful. And next we have Lord of D, holographic, Apparently priced at around $18. I believe it came from the Kaiba tin that I was showing off. So I'm sure anybody who got the Kaiba tin probably has this Lord of D. Still very cool, I don't think I played it too often, but definitely good if you're collecting, want to put them in a book. Offerings to the Doom. Destroys one face-up monster, then skips your next draw phase. Could turn the tides of battle. Just Desserts. And now we have a holographic Tribute to the Doomed, worth about $2. Whenever I see these holo cards, I usually expect them to be worth more. But yeah, apparently that's not the secret to marketing card values, which makes sense. But whenever you see all these pretty colors, you think, oh, this has gotta be worth something. But yeah, not too bad. Definitely a cool card. The Flute of Summoning Dragon. Gravity Bind. Prevent Rat. Great Angus. Another Okazi, just to show how sadistically I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day, going after those life points of my opponent at all costs. Trap Hole. Dianketo, the Cure Master. Shadow Spell, another holographic card, but I believe it was worth less than $1, surprisingly. Very cool looking though, very great to have in the deck. And next we have Negate Attack. Apparently it has a market value of around $6 to $7. Holographic, very pretty looking. Very cool card, definitely great for protecting a monster you don't want dead. Penguin Soldier, slightly holographic, maybe not as pretty as Negate Attack or some of the others. Also not a high market value. Not even entirely sure why I have this one in my deck, not the most powerful, but apparently you can return 2 monster cards from the field to your owner's hand. I guess somehow I found a way to make that useful back in the day. Premature Burial. Red Eyes Black Dragon has a market value of close to $10. A little bit holographic it seems, and this was definitely, I'm guessing, from the Joey starter deck. Mystical Space Typhoon. Stop Defense. This is one of those LOB cards a friend of mine was telling me about. What's interesting about this card is the card itself is not holographic, but the title of the card, Stop Defense, is holographic. I find that somewhat cool, interesting. I wonder why they decided to do that instead of the card itself, but very cool. Dark Hole. One of my friends actually told me during a game that we played, I think around 2010 maybe, that this card was forbidden. It was banned from battle, but he still allowed me to use it, and I was playing with all of these old like 2003, 1990s cards, and he had a deck that was like definitely more modern for the times. And this really allowed me to turn the tides of battle. I mean, it was a pretty close game overall, but this was the secret to me winning what should have been an impossible real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel against someone who claimed they never lost a match. And he wanted to play again, but I didn't have time that day, and we were never able to another day, but definitely a tide turner. Don't take this for granted. Next we have Gyakugair Panda. I have a friend named 99, we call him 99 Senpai. He very much loves pandas and personifies himself as one. I hope he's watching this video. 99, this is you getting angry when somebody tries to eat your bamboo apparently. Or I guess in your case it would be saffron cake. Ninken Dog, again, 4-star high attack. Harpy's Brother, another 4-star 1800 attack. Black Pendant. Malevolent Nuzzler. Rush Recklessly. Giant Orc, Blazing Apache, Kabazals almost gives off a vibe as if he's a monster I have to hunt in Final Fantasy XII. Dark Zebra, Holographic Harpy's Feathers Duster, worth around 25 bucks market value apparently. Very cool card, very pretty. Monster Reborn. And for some reason, a Japanese Dark Magician Girl. I don't think I still have that many Japanese cards, but this one somehow managed to stay behind. So those were all of the cards from my deck that I actually used to play with. And now I have all of these cards as well, which we'll take a look at. A lot of these first few are actually worth somewhat of a bit of money. Alright, first off we have Perfectly Great Moth, holographic card with a holographic name as well. Worth around $13. Not a card that I often played. Wasn't really a fan of insect cards overall, but definitely very well designed. We have Asura Priest, worth close to $9, holographic, 1700 attack, so could definitely be played right away and do some damage. Holographic Gamma the Magnet Warrior, worth close to $8. A holographic Kaiser Seahorse with a holographic name. Again, this is one of those odd cards that I thought would be worth something since it's holographic and very cool looking. I think it came in that Kaiba starter deck that was in the second row that I mentioned earlier. And it's just not worth much. I think it was worth like 15 cents or something. Definitely less than $1, but very cool card. 1700 attack, so he can do some damage right away. Next we have Beta the Magnet Warrior. Priced at around $9. I think there was another Magnet Warrior, and I don't have the third one, but this one's also holographic like Gamma was. Very cool. Next we have the left arm of the Forbidden One, priced at around $15. I remember my parents when I was young got me the Kaiba tin that I was showing earlier, which came with a bunch of different card packs. And from one of those card packs I got the left arm of the Forbidden One. And I was absolutely overjoyed, as you can imagine a child who was not even double digits in age might be. And this is definitely one of those cards that I think I will never sell because of all of the nostalgia. Like, I think out of all of my Yu-Gi-Oh experiences with Yu-Gi-Oh video games, actual IRL card playing, movies and all of that, I think this was like literally unpacking this was like the highlight of my Yu-Gi-Oh experience. So definitely a card that I'm very grateful for. I never got all 5 pieces. I may have the head of Exodia somewhere, but this is holographic, very cool looking, very hype moment when I got it. So yeah. Next we have a Mystical Elf, only worth about $3 surprisingly, but very cool card. Definitely reminds me of the Yugi Moto himself days. I do like that it's holographic. I think that makes it, the artwork and design, definitely much cooler looking than the regular version. That said, like, obviously holographics always make things cooler looking, but I think with this especially for some reason. We have Gaia the Dragon Champion, worth around $5, holographic. So this one, very cool, obviously. Obviously reminds you of Yugi. He had both Gaia the Knight and the Cursed Dragon, or whatever they're called. I have a friend named Dragon Warrior. This reminds me of him. This is how I imagine him. Flying around on a freaking dragon with 2 lances. So yeah, definitely a card worth holding on to. We've got yet another dragon, Thousand Dragon. It has a market value close to $8, holographic, definitely probably from the Joey deck. Very cool. We have Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, which apparently is worth around $4. I believe this came as a promo item when you went to see one of the Yu-Gi-Oh movies in theaters. So I don't know how many people actually have this card, but it is a nice card. I'm sure a lot of people have it because I'm sure millions went to see the movie. Next we have this really cool looking Dark Magician. which surprisingly is only worth $1. So definitely probably not gonna be sold. Definitely keeping this one. Very awesome. We have another $1 card, holographic, relinquished, probably from the Pegasus deck. But who knows, you know, it's been so long. Could have also been from a card pack. Got Dark Hole. Change of Heart. Celtic Guardian. Polymerization. A defusion that's worth about $1. I like the fact that the dragons on it look like Charizard, like this is a Pokemon crossover into Yu-Gi-Oh! Sword of Revealing Light. Monster Reborn. Mystical Space Typhoon. Fissure, when you're literally trying to buy the last cannoli at the bakery. This is that vibe. The Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. Japanese Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. The original Dark Magician from that Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck. Apparently worth around 20 bucks. Very cool. Another one that has obvious wear at the bottom edges because I put it to use a lot in actual gameplay. Time Wizard, probably from the Joey deck when he uses his Baby Dragon and Time Wizard to make Thousand Dragon. Magician of Faith. Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts. A holographic card destruction that's worth about $1. Giant Soldier of Stone. D-Spell. Gaia the Fierce Knight. I think earlier I called him the Cursed Knight. Shows how much I know. Light Force Sword. Book of Secret Arts. Magic Jammer. Everyone's favorite Kuriboh. Beaver Warrior. Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. Flying Kamikiri number 2. Feral Imp. Curse of Dragon. A Catapult Turtle worth about $3. Great way to get to work, so it should be worth more. Easy commute if you get on the Catapult Turtle. Shift. Dust Tornado. 7 Tools of the Bandit. Probably a Sly Cooper card. Definitely a crossover. Spellbinding Circle. Burning Land. A really poor condition Skull Knight that looks like it was bent for some reason. I have no idea why. And Summon Skull with clear wear around the edges because again it was part of that Yugi starter deck, one of my first cards, and put to a lot of use in actual gameplay. So I believe those are all of my cards from apparently copyrighted 1996, but I probably purchased them around 2003 or so. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I may do another video where I show off a lot of Pokemon cards that I have from Gen 1 1995. A lot of those original early cards, Charmanders, Mewtwo's, you name it. Leave a like if you're interested in seeing a video with all those old school Pokemon cards. And leave a comment if you saw a card that you thought was really cool and something that you wish you had, or even to talk about cool cards that you may have from when you were younger. And also subscribe if you're interested in more card content. I might do some anime figurine unboxings at some point. Manga reviews, anime reviews, all that cool content. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys tune in again next time. See ya.